Do you love math? If you do love math, I suggest to go to www.mrmathinc.net or YouTube Mr. Ing today. Very easy and compatible to work with.
Alright, let's go over 1.23 estimating roots. What's our steps to solving quadratics by graphing and estimating? The first thing we need to do is solve, kind of like what we did, but no step 0. So step number 1, set equal to 0. To solve quadratics, you always have to set them equal to 0. Number 2, we're going to find the axis of symmetry. Write that in your formula sheet if you haven't already. That is x equals negative b over 2a. Number 3, make a table. And I just want to reiterate that in the center of your table, center around AOS. What that means is this value, whatever it is right in the middle. It's in the middle of your table. And number 4, we're going to graph it. And then 5, we're going to get our solutions. Get solutions. And we might have to do something in this case called to estimate. It's almost there, but we'll look at whole numbers. Okay? Let's do this example together. Solve negative x squared plus 3x plus 7 by graphing. If the exact roots cannot be found, state the consecutive integers between which the roots are located. Okay, let's take a look at this one. So, we have the first one. Yes. Let's get our A, B's, and C's. A, B, C. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Okay, no number. What is it? Negative 1. B is 3, and C is 7. Okay, axis of symmetry. Let's use that formula there. What is our A value? It is negative 1. And what is our B value? It is 3. X equals a negative 2 times negative 1. So this will become x equals 3 divided by negative 2 is opposite of that would become positive 3/2. Now, to give you some kind of number sense, if you put that in your calculator, $3 divided between you and I is 1.5. So, box that is our answer here. This is our axis of symmetry. So let us remind each other what we've done so far. Number 1, we set it's already set equal to 0. Number 2, we found the axis of symmetry using the formula x equals negative b over 2a, and now we're going to create a table of values. Let's go ahead and do that. And our function is negative x squared plus 3x plus 7. And our answers, our solutions, are ordered pairs. So, where does this one go? Super important. Like we just said, it centers around the axis of symmetry. So this is my axis of symmetry. Always, always, always put it in the middle. Okay, what are we putting there? You can put in the fraction or you can put in the decimal. It is your choice. It's good to use fractions and know how to do them. So let's just put in the decimal to help us with number sense. So $1.50 is between $2 and $1, and you can go from there and go down. Okay, let's go ahead and evaluate this. Something squared plus 3 times something plus 7 And if I have here 3, this will give us 9 plus 9 plus 7. So this would give us 18 plus 7 is 20. But 3 squared times 9, 18 plus 7. Oh, did you guys see what I forgot? Super important. Negative. So 3 squared is 9. Opposite of 9 is negative 9. Negative 9 plus 9 is 0, and that will give us 7. So our answer is 3, 7. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, let's do now. What are we doing? Let's do 2. So 2 squared is 4. Opposite of 4 is negative 4. Plus 6 plus 7. So negative 4 plus 6 is 2. 2 plus 7 is 9. So I'm going to get 2, 9. Okay, so let's do 1.5. Opposite of something squared plus 3 times something plus 7. Let's put in here 1.5. 1.5 squared is 2.25, and the opposite of that is negative 2.25. And 3 gives me 4.5 plus 7. So if I add those together, I'll get 2.25. Let's just double check. Minus 4.5, and then plus 7 gives me 9.25. So 1.5 and comma 9.25. Okay, let us go. Okay, so let's keep going. So let's put in here 1. This will become 1 squared, 1, negative 1, plus 3, plus 7. 2 plus 7 is 9. 1, 9 is my answer. And let's do 0. Put in 0. 0 squared is 0. Opposite of 0 is 0. 0 plus 3 plus... That's a 0. 0 plus 0 plus 7 gives me 0, 7. Okay, what did we just do here? This is step number 3, table of values. Let's go ahead and graph this thing. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I cannot draw straight lines. Boom, thank you. Okay, that is 9, and that's a 1. Let's go ahead and graph that. Write 3 up 7. So right here. Write 2 up 9. Now remember, the e value is negative, so it's going to open down. My graph's going to be down. That's how you know if it opens up or down. Write 1, so between $1 and $2, 1.5 and 9.25, so a little bit higher. There's our vertex, there's our maximum. I already knew that. That was this one. Let's do write 1 up 9. Wrong color. Green. Boom. Yeah. Okay, and blue, 0, 7. Stay and then go up 7. That's a blue. And this is our graph. Whoa, did you see that? I think because I went over it a couple of times, but this is my graph. Okay. Question here. What will these numbers be? Now you could keep going. I have 0, 7. And I'm just going to tell you some numbers. -1, so this become -1, comma 3. And then if you did -2, you'll get -2, comma -3. And if you did 4, you'll get 4, comma 3. And if you did 5, you will get 5, -3. Okay? Now, let me show you how to do that with a graphing calculator to get those table of values. You go to your calculator, press y equals in the top left. Okay, negative is next to the decimal, not a subtraction sign. My trick is xx, which is right next to alpha, plus 3 times x plus 7. Okay, now I'm going to do something called table set. So you're going to press second table, and I want you to be on auto. And you can start at -5, sure, and table, change in the table, you want it to go by ones. So you can just scroll down and press 1, okay? So go to table now, which is above the up key. Whoa, 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 what is this? What is this? It has all the answers. It's telling me all the answers. Okay, how is this important for us? Okay, so we don't see any y values that are 0, but I do see ones that are between 3 and -3. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so what they're trying to say is, here is my answer. Let's see. Okay, between these purples is, let's just say you had something like 4.1, comma 0. It's between a positive and negative value of the y's. Let's say that again. My answer has to be between, let's write that, x is between 4 and 5. Okay, and the other one, x intercept is between x equals -1 and x equals -2. And I can even tell you what that exact answer is using my graphing calculator. So press graph. Play around with it if you want. Okay, so watch that. Do you see it? I saw decimals. Do you guys see decimals? Ah, yeah, decimals. Do you see that? This, as I go here, is between -1 and -2 on the x-axis. It's exactly -1.54. So I knew that it was between -1 and -2. Look over here. This number is between 4 and 5. Okay, so when y equals 0, that's an x-intercept. That is our big idea here. And so what we're doing is we're just estimating them. They'll be between those numbers. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and try. For questions 15 to 17, skip one problem, solve each equation by graphing. If no exact roots can be found, state the consecutive integers between the roots are located. Okay, I'm going to tell you, go ahead and use your graphing calculator because it's going to go a lot faster. It's just taking too long if you're creating a table of values and then the quadratic equation the book picked, then they kind of like pick the wrong one. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we got a lot of these. Let's go. Number 15. Done. Y equals x squared. Just go back here and change this. Look, minus, that's around the operational keys, which are dark blue, 4x plus 2. Okay? And you can get a table of values. Let's see if I can do this. Table. And they're called inflection points. Inflection points. It's when the y-axis is changing between a positive and negative value. There's a change between a positive and negative value. So I can see it right there. It's between 0 and 1. And right there. Between -4 and -5. Let's double check. Oh, that was my mistake. That shouldn't be there. Let's try that again. Okay, where do I see the numbers change on the y values, the y side, the right side, between a positive and negative? That is between where x is 0 and 1. And if I move this again, I'm trying between a negative and positive, that's between 3 and 4. Here's a visual. Press graph. Okay. I love how it changes the decimals. Do you see how, if you click right on it, it'll give you a 0. But that is between, on the x-axis, 0.5857 is between 0 and 1. And the other one is between 3 and 4. So let's just draw a graph so we have a visual. And we said it was between 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And between 0 and 1. And 3 and 4. And this is what my graph kind of looks like, right? Something like this. So then we're saying the yellow one is between, shouldn't use yellow, whoops, between 0 and 1. That's what that one is. And this one over here is between what? Between 3 and 4. All right, let's try number 16. And I don't know, I could try. All right, let's go over number 16. I said it was okay, just go into your graphing calculator. Y equals x squared plus 6x plus 6. Go ahead and press, if you want to see a table, press table. And we're looking for numbers that change between negative and positive. Where the numbers change between negative and positive. I'm going to take a picture of that. And you're going to already see the answer here. When we graph it, where does it cross between the x values? It's between -1 and -2, and between -4 and -5. Okay, so let's just quickly sketch that graph. We said between -1 and 2. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So we said one of those was between -2 and -1. And the other one's between -4 and -5. And the graph is opening up. Okay, that's enough. So we can say between -1 and -2. This one is between -4 and -5. Okay, let's see what this looks like on a table of values. That's what I want to show you guys. And I wrote down x, y's, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, and let's just put 0. So I have 1, 2, -3, -2, and 1. Okay, so hopefully you can see that between 1 and negative 2 is right here. Do you see how these values here are switching from negative to positive? Which means that what? 0 is between them. Same thing over here, between negative 4 and negative 5. You guys, you can see between right there, negative or 0 is between them. Does that make sense? All right, let's try number 17. Let's put it in. X squared plus 4x plus 2. And let's get a table. I'm going to take a picture of this table. Okay, and then let's put a graph. And it looks like this one is between negative 3 and negative 4. There's the exact one. You see how the order pair is negative 3.4 comma 0. But in our table, we don't have decimals. Does that make sense? And then over here, we can do that's between 0 and negative 1. So let's do the graph. Between 0 and negative, let's do this first. So between 0 and negative 1, and the other one we said was between negative 3 and negative 4. And our graph looks something like this. And our table of values. Negative 4, 2, negative 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 2, negative 1, negative 1, 0, 2. And so this in blue right here is, that's supposed to be blue, right here. Do you see how the y value is between this positive and negative 1? Same thing over here, between 0 and negative 1. It's between an x value of 0 and negative 1. Okay, let's go ahead and try. It says question number 18 to 23, skip 3 problems, solve by graphing. Go ahead and just graph it using your graphing calculator, and then we're just getting our solutions. So let's put number 18 in here. Done. Y equals, clear if you wanted to, negative x squared minus 4x. Okay? And then go ahead and type in, get a table. And you're looking for a table, values. How do you know how to go up and down here? You're looking for values where your y value is 0. Or the change between positive and negatives. You go to graph. You can see it. Ooh, look at this one. What do you guys notice? It's actually going exactly through it. You see it? Negative 4 comma 0. 0, 0. So this one was nice because it was going through 0, 0 and negative 4. And the graph looked like this. And then the table of values was something like this. Negative 5, negative 5, negative 4, 0, negative 3, 3, negative 2, 4, negative 1, 3, 0, 0, and 1, negative 5. So in blue there, you can see how there was a negative, there is a positive sandwiched in between, but there is 0. And then I can say the numbers between what? Negative and 3 and negative 5. But we already know it's negative 4. So the answer is x equals 0 and x equals -4. But I'm trying to point out, if you look at between this one, this is between -1 and 1. There's a positive, there's a negative, but this is the number that's in between it. It's going to be 0 is going to be between positive and negative number. That's the point here. All right, let's do this a couple more times. Let's go to number 19. Let's get a graph. Done. Y equals, clear, negative xx plus 36. Let's get a table. And graph. Okay, you can zoom in and you can see that it actually goes through 6 and -6. And remember the C value in this case, this one actually is called up. Goes directly through that. And let's create our table of values here. If you did -7, 49 minus, that would be -13. And what I'm trying to show you guys here is where it is on the table and well, you would have to go all the way up to the positive 6. I'll just show you guys the blue one. The blue one, the answer is between -7 and -5 right here. There's a 0, and 0 is between a negative and positive number. So our answers are x equals -6 and x equals a positive 6. Okay, let's go ahead and try the graph in the next one. Number 20. X squared minus 6x plus 4. Let's get a table. And again, I need two numbers that will let's see, 0 and 1. All right, this one's nice. Take a picture of this one. Okay, so number 20, we have this one was between this one was between 0 and 1. And that's referring to the x values. And this one is between 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's right here between 5 and 6. Okay, so table of values. Zero, 4, 1, -1, 2, -4, 3, -5, 4, -4, 5, -1, and 6, 4. Okay, so this blue one is between 0 and 1 on the x values, and look at the y values. Right here is where 0 should be. Oops, I didn't even draw a parabola on this one. And the green one is between 5 and 6. You see how there is between a, here on the y value, the 0 should be between -1 and 4. All right, let's look at number 21. Let's go ahead and graph that. Y equals, clear. Again, you can do x squared, which is over by the 7, plus 5x plus 3. You get a table. Take a picture. Maybe I should move over to an app called OneNote. Someone was noting that to me. And graph it. So you can kind of zoom in here. Between 0 and -1 and -4 and -5. Between -4 and -5, 0 and -1, and that's seen in a table of values. And the blue is between -4 and -5. You'll see that in the y values, there's a change from a positive to a negative. There's 0, because something comma 0 is your x-intercept. Same thing between 0 and -1. On the y values, there's a change between the positive and negative, and 0 is going to be right there. And I think that's something what our graph looks like. Let's go ahead and try question number 22. 22, I'm going to put in that, x squared minus 7. Table. I'm looking for where it changes from positive to negative. And you just take a picture of that. Go to graph. I see between 2 and 3, and -3 and -2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And between -2 and -3, and between 2 and 3, box your answers, 2 and 3. That's what our x value is. So we get table of values. -3 to -2, -3, -1, -6, 0, -7, 1, -6, 2, -3, and 3, 2. So -2 and -3, the reason why is you're looking for the 0, which is between a positive and negative number, so your answer is the x values. And between 2 and 3, again right here, right between these two numbers is a change between the positive and negative, so there's 0. And the last one for this set, let's put number 23 in. -x squared minus 4x minus 6. Let's graph it. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Okay, question. If you zoom in or out, will it ever cross the x-axis? The answer is never. So if your graph looks like this, it's never going to cross the x-axis. So we would say no real solution. And that is your answer for number 23.
Shout out to Mr. Ng for being the best math teacher that there is. And math is easy.